So how do you find yourself here?
Alhamdulillah, good.
Because
I've been here since 2015, so it's been 4 years. Almost 5 years, inshallah. This April will be 5 years that I've been here. So, alhamdulillah, it's been a journey. And
so you become a Muslim here, or?
no, I was a Muslim back in Australia. Become Muslim back in 2013. 14.
How old are you at that time?
16.
16.
Yeah, 16. So,
how you come close to Islam?
how I come close? SubhanAllah, I had some good friends. Well, I met some friends who were who were studying in my area in the Gold Coast, who are originally from Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And they were learning English, or they going to university and stuff like that. And SubhanAllah, Qadar, I came across them, and we started interacting with each other. I was very interested in their culture, and also they wanted to speak English with me as well. So, alhamdulillah, we developed a good friendship, and alhamdulillah, after a while, I become Muslim with them, alhamdulillah. So.
Yeah, I really from him. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, you have your own follower. I mean, it's like, people in Malaysia.
Obviously, I'm not really here for the following. I'm alhamdulillah here for the sake of Allah. And
because sometimes they look you as a new white
a role model.
model.
I know. SubhanAllah, yes, I get this feeling, and unfortunately, it's obviously it can ruin my niyyah, my intention.
Yeah.
And now, like, since I've been in Syria, and even when I first become Muslim, I got a lot of special treatment, maybe because I'm new Muslim, I'm white. But alhamdulillah, I'm here for the sake of Allah, and the work that I do is for the sake of Allah.
It's 4 years, man.
Yeah.
So how what made you come here to Syria, or you just stranded, or?
I think there's a lot of things I think that made me come to Syria, and I think one of the biggest reasons was because of the situation here. Seeing all the images on the news, the situation, and I felt like I had to do something. So I made a decision, to come to Syria to inshallah start my own projects, to work with some aid organizations, and inshallah try help the people here, and by easing their suffering. So alhamdulillah, it was a big decision, and alhamdulillah, I don't regret it.
Maybe you can share something with your, I call it fan in Malaysia, to penetrate them, to donate more.
Donate?
Yeah. Maybe you can say something.
Or to get involved in helping of Syrian here.
I think one of the most important things to help the situation here in Syria is that everyone can do their part. Like, for example, some people they contact me and say, look, I want to help the people here, but I don't have a lot of money. But there are other ways you can do. You can volunteer. Mashallah, tabarakallah, I know Syria Care, you have a lot of volunteers, all doing their part, and everyone has a part to play in the big picture. We don't need we need, as well as we need donations, we need people to get involved. We need people in spreading awareness in the masjids, and getting involved all they can, and I think this is the most important thing. Like for myself, alhamdulillah, I have some projects here, we have donations, but it's support that from people who are active in the communities, spreading awareness about the situation here in Syria, and that really, really helps. And I think this is one of the most important things when it comes to charity work. And I think it's very, very important in Malaysia. Alhamdulillah, there's a lot of Muslims in Malaysia, and I think that as communities they can come together and they can really make a big difference, not just in Syria but all around the world. There's a lot of Muslims in Malaysia, and if everyone just putting a little bit of effort, out of their day, or donated a few dollars, they could make a really big impact, all over across the world. So inshallah, I think this is the most important thing. Everyone has their own part to play, whether it be through donating or being active in the communities, working with these charities and all that sort of stuff.
You've been here for 4 years. Can you describe the situation here? How difficult the situation? How hard the life is here? Because some people, especially people in Malaysia, they think the war in Syria is over already.
Yeah.
Because for almost 11 years or more than 11 years already. So some people in Malaysia, they think, oh, why we still need to support the Syrian, because they think that it's over already. So can you describe the situation here now?
I think when I first arrived back in 2015, there was Syria was still a lot in the media, and the situation was really bad. But after the years, you know, the situation year by year was getting worse and worse and worse. You know, like right now we have, you know, there's battles going on right now as we speak, and we have, you know, just in the since Ramadan, about 500,000 refugees come from the villages to the borders here. Now, unfortunately, you know, we didn't have the support that we did before, and these people are living under trees and they have no support whatsoever. So the situation right now it's worse than it was 4 years ago, but unfortunately the help isn't there. And I think it's very, very important that, you know, people educate themselves with the situation here. Inshallah, you know, keep supporting, and you know, inshallah, may Allah reward every single one of you.
Okay, few months to come, the winter will be a winter. Can you
look? Subhanallah, I think from my experience in the last 4 years, the hardest part wouldn't be the war; it'd be the winter time. And the reason why I say this is because during winter, you know, it gets really, really cold, and unfortunately, we have a lot of, you know, refugees living in the refugee camps, living in tents, and you know, just to some of the people can't even afford basic heatings. Basic heating, and it gets really, really cold. You know, subhanallah, you know, I remember about 2 winters ago, I got really sick. I had a chest infection, and unfortunately, during that time, there was I was very, very sick. I was very, very poor, and there was no one to help me. And subhanallah, a lot of these people are in a much worse condition than I was. And unfortunately, every winter, a lot of people pass away. You know, that's just the reality of it. The old people, the kids, you know, people don't have adequate heating supplies, and here it's very, very, very expensive. And subhanallah, unfortunately, a lot of people do suffer in winter, and I don't think people understand how bad it is. The winter is for about 3 or 4 months, 5 months, and it's every day raining, muddy.
How cold is this at that time?
So sometimes zero, maybe 1 or 2, maybe under zero. There's been times when during winter I've actually gone out to make wudu, and the water's frozen, and we have to make wudu with frozen water, and even showering as well. You know, just to heat water up is it's really expensive. A lot of people can't heat water up just for having a shower, so they have cold showers. And unfortunately, like I said, the winter time it's very, very terrible. There's no work, and people just suffer, and it's really, really sad.
With the new refugees coming in and lack of facilities, lack of whatever the needs, so can we say it's without help from outside? Is it going to be a humanitarian crisis here in
of course.
northern?
Yeah, of course. You know, I think majority of the refugee camps here, they rely on outside charities to support them. These people, like for example, this place where I am now, and this refugee camp that you pass by, they don't have any money for winter time, and they can't afford basic heating. So they're relying on aid organizations from outside, whether it be through Malaysia, through Turkey, to support them, just to keep warm this winter. Even with the winter clothes, a lot of the jackets that you see that they're wearing, and the jumpers and the clothes, are all from outside charities. So you know, the support from the charities from outside is much needed. And unfortunately, you know, I fear that this winter there won't be enough support for all these refugees, and this is really sad.
Why you say that there won't be enough support?
There won't be enough support because there's just such a large amount of refugees and such little support from these aid organizations. You know,
how many millions at the moment at the northern area, at the Turkish border now?
Just since Ramadan, last 3 months, there was 500,000 refugees come from.
New refugees at 500,000.
Plus, you put that onto the other refugees. I think maybe 1 million, maybe Allah Alam, 1 million refugees who are relying on support from these aid organizations, and unfortunately, they won't be able to be helped.
So, people, especially I'm going to say Malaysian, especially still need to support this.
100%, 100%. This is very, very important. You know, without your guys' support, you know, when I say this, I'm being serious. People will die. You know, people will pass away during the night because of the cold. You know, having heating here in Syria, especially in the refugee camp, you know, it's just one tent, and you know, these people need our help. And inshallah, I think it's, you know, it's very, very important.
Even during the summer, they suffer, right?
During the summertime, even summertime, subhanallah, the lack of water as well, the lack of sewage treatment, and the lack of food as well. So everything helps, and even just the jackets and, you know, just the basics, heater and fuel for the heater wood, inshallah, is very needed. And inshallah, hopefully our brothers and sisters from Malaysia can contribute, and inshallah for this winter be able to provide a lot of heating for the Syrian refugees, inshallah.
Thank you, Yusuf. Hopefully your words can encourage a Malaysian to contribute more to help our friends Syrians here in the refugees camp. Thank you very much.